Good evening. Hello, precious people. How are you all doing? I trust and believe you are doing fine and your week has been awesome. You are all welcome. Welcome to another edition of Discovery Time. Now we have started with a very exciting series. I am so excited about them because these 10 P's are really powerful codes. They are keys. They are keys to unlocking um, things within us that will help us in our personal development as well as in our leadership role. Those that don't know me, my name is Helen Aya, and I am your host for Discovery Time. I started with this I think 2023. I've been doing Discovery Time. I've been bringing topics to us, to help us um, change our mindset because there is no real change if the mindset has not changed. And these 10 P's are part of the tools to help us, to change the way we think. Some of them we already know, we already know. So discovery time is not about discovering new things. It's about diving deeper into certain things or having a rethink on things that we thought we knew, on learning some certain things to relearn new things. And so, for us to grow, we need to unlearn, relearn, grow. Other than that, we can't grow. And the whole purpose of life is to grow, is to move forward. So discovery time is to help us with that. I am a coach. Those who don't know, I am a coach, an executive coach. So I coach both leaders, individuals, groups, as well as as well as a business consultant, but then for the non-profit organizations in Belgium, because every country has their own peculiarities. So for the business consultants, it's mostly for Belgium. But for the coach, it's for all of us. And this discovery time, this program is part of the tools that I use to help us. You know, in life, I believe one person does not have it all. We all have something that the other needs. I know I've been saying it and I'll continue to say it because that's just the truth. No man is an island. No one person can do it all. So you are all welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Please help us to spread the word. We are you know, showing you we are coming your way. And like I always say, I don't want to waste your time because time is too precious. I don't want to waste it, so I try to maximize the time that we have. So pardon me if I am not stopping to chit chat this time around, but um, I will next week, by the grace of God, make out the time that will really go dive and clarify some questions that you have. Before we dive in, please, I will be asking you some questions, along the way. Do take the time to, think about them. Do take the time, even if you have to write down something, because most of the time, what I have noticed is when we write down something, it becomes more real than when it's just in our heads. So when it's in your head, you're like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm thinking about it. But when you write it down, it now become what? Real. It's like you are putting a name to something that was mysterious. And whatever you name, you own it. So it becomes real. So I hope with this mindset, we can dive in. For the past 2 weeks, and this is the third week, we've been dealing with what I said earlier, the 10 P's. We started with principles being the foundation. Without principles, every other of the P would just be meaningless. So we needed to lay down the foundation with principles. And then we moved on last week to passion. I said passion is the fuel, passion is the spark. Passion is that which ignites us. Without that passion, every other thing again will be meaningless. So passion is that which helps us, that keeps you also awake, that awakens that desire in you to want to move ahead, to want to push through, to want to just do what you do best, even if you did not know what you do best, to discover that thing that is that you do best. And that brings us or lands us in our third P, which is purpose. Again, without principles, without the passion that drives you, purpose will be what? Meaningless. Now, I've done, teachings before on purpose. Really, really, I will try and put the link of that teaching in the description. But please, if you can, search for it. Definitely on YouTube, you will find it. Try and listen. Try and listen, because there I really dealt into details what purpose is. For us here, I want to take it from the coaching aspect. What are the things, the questions that need to prompt you to be thinking about purpose? Now, what is purpose? What is purpose? We talk about it a lot, that we may fulfill purpose, that we may, this and that. But what is actually purpose? I say purpose is your reason for being. In French, they will say votre raison d'être, your reason of being, your reason of being, the reason why you exist, the why. That is purpose. Purpose is finding your why. Some of us, we go through life like we are just here to live. But life is by design. And your life is to fulfill a certain purpose. It's not just to be here, it's not just to breathe and go. You have a purpose. And maybe your situation or circumstances may not be saying it. You'll be like, okay, if I have a purpose, then why am I here, and why this is happening? But if you will pause a bit and think about some things, you will realize that even the fly has a purpose. So why not you? Even the fly that we get annoying, can make some crazy noise, has a purpose. So if the fly has a purpose and everything in creation has a purpose, why do you think you don't have a purpose, or you don't matter? You matter. You matter so much, and you are so dear. And I pray and hope that at the end of this session, you will pause to think, what is actually my purpose? What is my raison d'être? What is it? What is my why in life? See, if you are able to understand your why, as we move on, you will be able to understand, or you'll be able to identify your house. And then when the when comes in, you will look into it. You will grab it. So, but you first need to know your why. If you don't know your why, and you have a lot of house, which are your gifts, your talent, you have the house, you can do this, you can do that, but you don't know what it's serving. Your gifts are to serve a reason, they are to serve a why, they are to serve a purpose. So if you are not sure, if you don't identify your purpose, you will be doing things, you'll be busy, but you'll be busy in the wrong things, which does not lead to a purposeful life, a fulfilled life. You know that Even though you are working, you are at a place, maybe you have a high position, you are a leader, but there is still this um, unsatisfied, burning desire in you that there is more to this. There is this hunger that seems not to be satisfied, no matter how high you climb, no matter how high you go. There is still this thing in you that feels like I'm missing out on something. It's because maybe you are not operating in your why. You have the house, but maybe you are not operating in your why. And that is what purpose is. Your purpose is to help you identify your why so that when you know your skills, the gifts, you have a clear direction. You know where you are going to. Now let's define purpose. Yeah. I have said purpose is your reason of being, the reason why you are created. Another way of looking at purpose, you know, is your life assignment. Purpose is your life assignment. Now, I see this as my purpose. I left my work, awesome work, in leadership position, because I was driven by passion for this purpose to be a teacher and a coach, to help as I'm developing, because we no one has arrived and no one knows it all, and we all learn. You have to be open for learning, you have to be teachable, because a good teacher is always a student. So as I continue to learn, to be able to teach, to be able to guide the younger generation, but also my own generation and even the generation before me, to be able to live a purposeful life, because it's really a waste of time if we are not living in our purpose, if we are not fulfilling our purpose. Then honestly your time is being wasted. And we know that time is life, because life is measured in time. So for us not to live a wasted life, for time not to just pass us by, for life not to just disappear, and then we look back and wonder, what did we now achieve? It's important for us to understand this. Now, I started with principles for a reason, because I said without principles, without knowing your who you are, because principles start with knowing who you are. It starts with who are you? And if you can answer that question, who you are, there are some certain things you will not allow to come near you. You will know these are the values that I hold dear. That's why I started our first P with principles. You know the values that you hold dear, and therefore where you shouldn't even be seen, or you should not be identified with those areas. That's one. Another aspect is, you know when you know your principles, when you know have your values and the passion, you have this fire, this desire in you. That's why the second P, because your passion helps you guard your principles, and it also helps you push forward for your purpose. It helps you to keep focus. It helps you to, that burning desire in you will continue to remind you the reason why you are doing something, and your purpose is that reason. Your life assignment. Purpose helps. So for me, I feel I'm living my purpose. I am living my purpose. I am fulfilling my purpose. And I have identified the gifts that I need to fulfill that purpose. And these are the gifts: teaching, coaching, mentoring. It might seem like nothing, but to be honest with you, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, without proper guidance, a whole generation can be missed, can miss it. And how does proper guidance come? By teaching, by instructing, by guiding, by leading also the way, and leading by example. If you find your purpose and you are living in your purpose, trust me, though the struggles are still going to be there, they are not going to disappear overnight, but the way you approach them will be different. You will not just give up. You will not just run away because the struggle is too much. You will find a way, driven by passion, to still fulfill your life assignment. So, your purpose is what? Your life assignment. It's also the reason or the why, like I said, behind your goals, your values, and your actions. Any action you take is driven by your purpose. Any action you take, there are some actions when you want to take, you pause a bit and think about them and ask yourself, is this the right action? Is it going to lead me or keep me in my purpose, or is it going to take me way away from my purpose? You will pause and think about some actions. It also gives your, or it aligns with your energy, the passion, like I said. And then it gives you direction because you know your purpose, guided by the values, which is principles. There are things you will not allow to come close to you, or you will not find yourself there. And you will do everything to continue to elevate yourself because you have a purpose to fulfill. And purpose turns ambition into meaning and effort into impact. Purpose will turn your ambitions into meaning because, like I said, if you are a leader, in a company, you're a CEO or a managing director, a sales manager, for example, in a company, and it is not aligning with your purpose. It is not that which, you are driven by. But yes, it's paying good, and for the pay you are there. But there is still something in you that is kind of like, yeah, but there's something missing. That meaning of your ambition is missing. That's that it. You are ambitious. You want to move ahead, but your ambition is in the wrong things. Or let me put it this way, it's not at the right place. Not maybe in the wrong things, but it is not at the right place. So, right now, I just want you to pause here, take your time, and then ask yourself, whatever you are doing, whatever job you are doing, even if you're a student, have you identified your why? Is what you are studying to fulfill, to help you fulfill your why, help you develop the skills, the talents, the gifts that you need for your why, because that's what then education or training or whatsoever will make sense, is to help you fulfill your why. So if you have not identified your why yet as a student and you are studying, pause and ask yourself, this you are learning or investing in, is it going to fulfill your why? And what is that why? Is it giving meaning to your ambition? If it is, what exactly, can you name it? What is your purpose?